Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start today's video off with a recent ab check from Mr. Olympia Derek Lunsford, under 20 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia. And I guess the last time we saw a full physique update of Derek was at the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing, and in my personal opinion, he was the most impressive bodybuilder on this stage. Going into this year's Olympia, I am very excited to see what Derek is going to bring. Between Derek, Hadi, Nick, and Samson, Derek will be the only person that has had a full year off. The quads are also looking great this offseason, hoping that he's able to maintain that size going into this year's Olympia. But what are you guys' expectations for the champ? Does he repeat? Now in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from the biggest threat to Derek Lunsford, former Mr. Olympia, reigning Arnold Classic champion, Hadi Choopan. And in the caption of this post, Hadi said, "You are not happy, I am coming, 15%. And when Hadi took that little break following the Arnold Classic UK, I personally felt like he lost a little bit of size, but looking at Hadi here, he looks great. And I would definitely say that Derek is the favorite going into this year's show, being the reigning champ and also having the most time off. But if Hadi can replicate or improve on what he brought to this year's Arnold Classic, I think we got a battle on our hands once again. And in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from Hassan Mostafa ahead of this weekend's Toronto Pro. And pretty much everyone is worried about Hassan's conditioning going into this show. The video on the left is from a couple of days ago, and the video on the right is a little bit more recent, where Hassan is definitely showcasing a little bit more dryness and better conditioning in the side leg. I'm not going to judge Hassan too hard going into this show. I'm really hopeful that this guy brings his best to the stage, but again, first show with the new coach, we know how that can go. Now let's switch over to Behrooz Tabani, who to me is looking absolutely ridiculous ahead of this year's Pro Classic. And again, the show is going to come down to him and Michael Krizo, unless William Bonac works some of that comeback magic. And it looks like to me, Behrooz has definitely brought up the quads, especially the sweeps. He has crazy arms, beautiful shape, pretty good V-taper, brings crazy conditioning, crazy detail. I'm really excited to see this guy on stage, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see him hit multiple shows, maybe 2 or 3. And we really need to see Behrooz on that Olympia stage to see how he stacks up against the best in the world, but we'll get to see him next to Michael Krizo and William Bonac pretty soon. I do believe Behrooz is a guy that could definitely be top 10 at the Mr. Olympia, but there are a lot of guys nowadays that can be within that top 10. And in the next update of the day, we have a very impressive physique update from Fooda, who was once again coached by Boss of Outlaw. He will be competing very soon, but I don't believe he has announced a show yet. And I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna become a fan favorite pretty quick. He has beautiful shape, but also looks like he definitely has enough mass to compete with the big boys. This guy could upset some people in the very near future. Do not be surprised if he decides to hop into a show like the Dubai Pro. And in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from Regan Grimes. I hope this update is recent. I'm almost 100% positive that it is. Regan recently announced that he will not be competing this year. He does not think he has made enough improvements to place top 6, and I can't really argue with that. Also, he has a child on the way and may possibly be having more. But with all that being said, Regan does look very, very impressive here, and I hope he continues to make these improvements in the offseason, because we have a lot of very good up-and-comers in the sport. Now let's switch over to 212. We have a recent update from our current reigning 212 Olympia champion, Keone Pearson, who officially has started his Olympia prep at 226 pounds. And Keone already looks lights out. If I did not know who Keone was and was just looking at this physique, I would probably assume he's going to compete in the open class Mr. Olympia. But Keone has made it clear numerous times that, at least for the time being, he's going to be in the 212 division. But taking a look at Keone Pearson's physique at the start of prep, I think this guy is going to be very, very tough to beat come this year's Mr. Olympia. And Sean Clarita has been very, very quiet, but I'm pretty sure he's working very hard towards getting that Olympia title back. Hopefully we have another good battle in 212. Now, while we're talking about 212, we have recent updates from Kerrith Bajjo, who will be competing very, very soon. Kerrith took second place at this year's New York Pro. He was the reigning champ prior to the show. And I truly believe Kerrith lost the show just because he was not at 100%. Credit to Ole Krivy, he's a great bodybuilder, he won the show, but Kerrith was maybe 90-95%. But Kerrith will be going after that Olympia qualification again in just 6 weeks, and I believe it will be in Chicago. And let's switch over to Classic Physique. We have a recent update from Wesley Vissers, who is looking very impressive. Wesley has definitely added some size this offseason, but is still showcasing his signature detail throughout the chest. And when Wesley initially beat Ramon Dino at this year's Arnold Classic, I've been thinking up until now that Ramon is probably going to beat Wesley at this year's Mr. Olympia. But the more updates I see of Wesley, I'm becoming a believer. Maybe this guy can push Chris Bumstead, huh? Now let's go ahead and wrap up today's video here with the archive of the day. You guys let me know in the comment section below, who is this legendary bodybuilder, and he is definitely missed. If you guys have not done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that is it. I'm out.